Steve, what do you think about the way that your guys reacted when they were shorthanded to put together a really good game?
Oh, it's fantastic. Just the effort, really understanding what it was going to take to win this game in terms of not turning the ball over, fighting on the glass. I thought we established in the first half that, we weren't going to give them anything easy. I think we only had 5 turnovers at the half, and so we didn't really let them get going. And then obviously we had some great individual performances to carry us. Andrew was amazing. Damian Lee came in and just had a tremendous game. Damian is such a pro, not playing for a few games, coming out of the rotation, and then just staying ready. That's why he is who he is as a player, as a human being. So I thought Loon was tremendous. I thought, one of the plays of the game was diving on the floor for the loose ball and shoveling it to somebody for a layup. I don't remember who it was, but a great play. But just a lot of great individual performances and a great team performance.
When Wiggins has a game like that, do you wonder if you can maybe get that a bit more, maybe get over 20, 25-ish on a more consistent basis?
Well, yeah, I mean, everybody is going to be up and down. I mean, even superstar players, have some ups and downs. But I think the biggest thing tonight was just with Steph out. Andrew had the ball in his hands a lot more, and we ran a lot of pick and roll for him, and he just took advantage. Took advantage of his opportunities and got hot and really changed the game in that second quarter.
Steve, with that in mind, did you say anything different to him before the game, to Andrew, about being more aggressive with Steph out? No. We just kept everything really simple, and our play calls were pretty basic, and tried to spread the floor and get some shooters out there, and I thought Andrew handled that pick and roll really well, to the point where they started blitzing him in the second half because he had been hurting them so much in the first, and that opened up the floor a little bit even more.
What have you thought about Wiggins' game since the All-Star break in general?
It's been great. He was definitely tired before the break. He's I don't know if he's missed a game. Has he missed a game yet this year? Yeah. I mean, he's one of those guys you can count on night in, night out. And he guards the toughest players, and he plays 35 minutes, whatever it is. So I think he was pretty tired right before the break, and he needed that rest. And he's looked fantastic since the break.
I know that it's obviously will come down to a medical decision on Steph tomorrow, but does you guys winning in the way you did, does that ease any pressure to maybe have to get him back in the lineup tomorrow? Do you say for sure he's not playing now?
He's very doubtful. It would be irresponsible, I think, for us to play him at this point. He's still in pain, and Drew Yoder told me that he's we've got to make sure he's stable and strong in that area, the muscles around the injury, and so it's not even a question of temptation to put him out there. It's just we're going to do what's right medically, and when he's ready, he's ready.
Think that was Looney's best game of the season?
He was great. I loved his defense on Valanciunas. He hit a couple floaters. He made that play I mentioned, diving on the floor, which was just a huge play to help us sustain our lead and our momentum. And Loon is just a winner. He's just a guy who he's never going to wow you with anything, but he just makes winning plays, and he's a great teammate, and he has unbelievable respect in the locker room for his quiet dignity and his work ethic. So Loon is a really big part of our team, whether he plays 20 minutes or 5 minutes. He's just a part of our fabric.
Did you Did you like when Jordan Poole in the first minute pulls up for 3 on the 2-on-1 transition, and then overall beyond that, I think he had 25 again. What did you think of his night?
Jordan was fantastic again. This is great. Just watching him string together all these really good games. A couple of years ago, I would not have liked the 2-on-1 pull up. I've come to accept that that's a part of the NBA, and I really like them when they go in. But I think for Jordan, he's in a great groove. He's one of our shooters. Yeah, go for it.
Steve, given the condition of your team and the fact that you two teams are so close in the standings, how much of a need game was this?
Well, yeah, I mean, a really big one. I think everybody can kind of see, looking at the standings, what our possibilities are at this point, by the end of the year. And we could be in a kind of a range. And there's a big swing in there. If you can climb high enough and avoid the play-in stuff, that's huge. If you can't quite do that, but you can, be in 7th or 8th and only have to win one play-in game, that's huge. So we're just trying to win every game and put ourselves in the best position going forward.
Does this raise the stakes for tomorrow, or were they already high?
Yeah, Draymond just told the team, he said, this is not a free swing tomorrow. Sometimes you have games that are free swings where, you've won 5 or 6 in a row, you're in a great position with your playoff positioning, and, you go into a game completely shorthanded and you say, all right, it's a free swing. Let's, you got nothing to lose. I love that Draymond said that. We got plenty to lose if we lose tomorrow. It's a huge swing between the two teams, and of course, every game counts. Where we are. So tomorrow going to be a very difficult game. You guys know this. There haven't been a lot of sweeps in these situations in the NBA this year for whatever reason, and we know that Memphis is coming after us tomorrow night. So we got to be ready.
You guys haven't always capitalized off of turnovers consistently this season. We had 30 points off of turnovers tonight. Was there a major difference to you?
Felt like we ran with more urgency, and we did force a lot of turnovers. We had 13 steals, and so I think the activity of our defense and the fact that we were really crowding the paint and getting some loose balls and steals allowed us to get out and run. But guys did a really good job of converting.
Is there sort of like an art to leaking out when those loose balls are happening? Jordan had a couple of those opportunities tonight.
I'm not sure I would call it an art. A couple of them were just flat out cherry picks, and they work out great, if you get the ball. But if you don't get that loose ball, then it's a 5-on-4 if you're leaking out. So we try to teach our guys, get to the elbows, get to the top of the key. And once you see that we've secured the ball, then you can take off. But that can work both ways.
Steve, what does it mean now that Draymond is not quite perfect on the challenges?
Not quite perfect on what, Marcus?
When you win the challenge, on the challenges?
Yeah, I mean, his reaction to that play definitely warranted a challenge. And so I'm very disappointed. His reaction should determine the result. And, that was a pretty clear foul. So I'm going to have to talk to Draymond.
All right, let's see. Marcus, do your students have 2 questions? Marcus has some journalism students on here. They have 2 questions.
If they're good journalists, they should.
Go ahead for the students, please. 2 questions.
You should probably come off Zoom too while you're at it, or off. Turn your cameras on.
Don't let your teacher intimidate you like that. I'm an easy mark here. Who's got the first question?
Jordan had 25 points today, and he's been kind of on a roll. What impact do you think the G League experience had on him throughout the season for this moment?
Great question, Nathan. Way better than Marcus's question. I think just the fact that he got 12, 13 games in Orlando of playing 35 minutes was huge for him. One of the things that's really difficult in this league is to just play 6-8 minutes one night, not play the next, maybe get 15 minutes the next night and be expected to produce. It's really hard. So what I loved about the experience in Orlando for both Nico and Jordan was that they both got to really build a rhythm with their shooting, with their conditioning. And that was one of the reasons I threw them both into the rotation immediately upon their return, so that they could maintain that momentum that they had built.
Let's go with one more from a student. Go ahead.
Steve, you guys played hustle basketball tonight. What does it mean to you when you see guys like Looney diving on the floor?
Yeah, it sets a tone. You know, you just when you see guys, when you see your teammates out there fighting, scrapping, boxing out, chasing down loose balls like Looney did, those are momentum plays. And when you can string them together and get them from multiple people, there's just a momentum that and an energy that develops. And it's what's really crucial in this game in the NBA, because everybody is so talented. It often comes down to who's got the more desire to win and the more energy to put out on the floor. So I thought we had that tonight.